Hello, 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 soul friends, and welcome to this episode of Shine Your Soul Light podcast, where we are voicing the visionaries of leaders who are moving and leading in the golden age. My name is Mary Gooden, and I will be your host. Truly, it is my mission to support others in aligning and defining with their ever-evolving mission. I do so as the heart of humanity, with courage and authenticity. I ask that we take just a moment of stillness and silence to close the eyes and open the heart. May we anchor in love, compassion, and grace, and may we receive wisdom, guidance, and inspiration. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Joining me on this episode today is Anick Patry. She is an intuitive business mentor, a voice healer, a TEDx speaker, and an international best-selling author who has created her own unique modality, voice tapping. She has spent the last 15 years teaching thousands of awakened women and a few men globally to create lives beyond their wildest dreams. Always, always, always speaking my language, Anick. She specializes in helping empaths, spiritual leaders, and heart-centered entrepreneurs to embody their highest lucrative joy so that they can grow their business with ease and flow, make more money, and have more fun. Woman, you just stole my heart. Anick, welcome to the show. Share with our listeners where you're joining from, and in your own voice, in your own vibration, how you're shining your light on this magnificent place we call Earth.
Oh my gosh, what an introduction. So it feels so delicious to hear someone, describing you. Sometimes we forget how magnificent we are, this divine being that we are. We're a divine being having this human flesh costume, Halloween costume. and an honor to be here on your podcast. I love your vibe. I love your tribe. I love being here. So how I shine my light? Well, when I'm myself, I shine my light. And when I'm not myself, well, I'm in the dark.
So true. And you get to choose, right? You get to choose whether you're going to dim it or dial it up.
That's right. It's like, I feel like we have these little antennas, like little antennas, and you're turning the radio station, and which radio station you want to play, like what type of music you want to listen to. Are you in the groove to, having a boogie or tango or flamenco, or simply being in meditation and, being in stillness? To me, shining our light is really to be real to what truly matters in this moment for yourself. And so that's my practice. That's what I'm practicing. I'm practicing sharing my truth, sharing my life experience is how I shine my life, holding my clients, my soul family's hands, and walking side by side on this planet Earth together. That's another way, or how I shine my light. Yeah.
Beautiful. But yeah, you do get all the choices of whether you're going to shine or whether you're going to dim. And I've always been, we've been going back and forth now for a few months, and you're just so brilliant. You shine so brightly. Those of you that know we don't do video, but if you got to see Anick the way that I get to see her right now, she's just glowing, and it's so powerful, and it takes a lot of courage, and it takes a lot of practice, which is one thing that you said. Tell us a little bit more. I do a daily practice. Tell us a little bit more about that, because I think that people want this shining bit, this authentic piece of them to be a one and done. And it's not, is it?
No, not at all. No. It's like cooking, you have to, it's, with conditioning, we believe that we need to have 3 meals a day, but somehow it's like, you have to cook again, go to the shop again, chop the ingredients, the carrots and the celeries and the fish, whatever you have to. It's a process. In other words, it's like a process. It's step by step by step. Make your list, go to the store, get the ingredients that you need, drive the car back home, unpack the grocery, and then prepare the meal with love. And how you prepare it, how you prepare it. If you prepare it stressed and fast, and you're not present with it, and the next thing, I got to watch that show, I've got to call that person, and you're not with it, and you're thinking of what's next. When you're gonna eat that meal, that's the energy that you're gonna feel. That's stressful energy. So I'm using this analogy because it is a journey to unpack, to unleash, to let go of your baggage. We all have baggage. We all have heavy baggage from, our ancestors, from the way we've been raised by our primary carers, our mom and dad. They taught us things to the best of their abilities. They taught us what they knew was right for them, but it's not necessarily right for you. You know what I mean? It's not, and what's right for you, Mary, and it's not necessarily good for me. It's like the food. Some are, gluten-free or vegan, vegetarian, or meat eater, or, prana, whatever it is. We all have a very specific and unique way that works for us in every areas of our lives. And that takes time to discover that. It takes time. It is a journey. It's a step by step. And we need support along the way, because, like you, Mary, you really see me, you really get me, you really understand where I'm coming from, and vice versa, because we're from the same soul family, and we have done the journey, and we're still doing the journey. The journey never ends, but we've reached a place on the journey where we connect, we understand one another. And this is ongoing. That's how, like, same with eating, cooking your meals. It's the same thing with taking care of yourself, going within your own heart and listening. So you're asking me, what is my rituals or my practice? It's really connecting to my heart, and we disconnect. We've conditioned to live up here, to be disconnected. We disconnected because it was not safe to be in our heart. I didn't feel safe to be in my heart. I didn't feel safe to be myself. I was judged. I was punished to be myself. So I didn't feel safe to be Anick, to be unique Anick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So really into the breath, through movement, through setting intention, through becoming aware, tuning into your own sacred heart, into your body, learning to feel safe primarily with being with yourself, connecting with yourself. Because sorry, go on.
Oh, no, you go ahead. Mm-hmm.
We have the tendency to often run away from ourselves, to distract. You distract yourself, you get busy for the sake of it, which is also programming, conditioning. We feel like our nervous system feels like we need to do something to be useful, or to deserve to be on earth. We need to be doing machines, as opposed to human being. We're human doing, do. But then we're disconnected. We're not here. We're not feeling. We're not listening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the heart knows, and it takes practice. And that's what I really want to drive that home, because your practices and your rituals are very similar to mine and others that are shining. And one thing that people don't want to do is it's always like, well, I don't want to add something else, but things like this take practice. So we have to practice being ourselves. Because most of us that are listening have come from a generational place where the first breath that we took was, you do it this way. Your name is this. this is what we do in our family. This is how we handle this. This is the spices that we, we've been conditioned. And like you said earlier, by our parents even, and they were just doing the best, right? They were just doing what they knew. But to cover this, to get into the heart space, is to just practice going there. I always share that with my clients and my friends, whoever I'm walking by. Like, it's as simple as putting your hands on your heart and saying, hey, show me the way today, and it can start like that, 5 minutes every day, 5 seconds, really. But it is a practice.
It's a practice, and it's a commitment, and we become what we do every day. This is who we're becoming. It's our actions are really a reflection of, what we believe about ourselves. And so it requires disciplines. And, the first thing when I open my eyes is to give myself a hug in the morning. Like, I open my eyes and, my brain, when I'm in this alpha state, we're all there. When we wake up, we're in la la land, we're still dreaming. I love being in that state because you can receive a download, like you can receive inspiration in that space. And it doesn't take long till it goes into your left brain, into your thinking brain. And then, what have I got to do today? And blah, blah, blah. And then it goes monkey mind, da, 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 da. So by touching myself and giving myself a hug and say, oh, hello, Anick, good morning. Kuchi, like it's basically like it's how you care for a baby, how you treat a little, newborn baby. Treat yourself like that.
True. So true.
Hey, little cutie. How you doing this morning? Give yourself a hug. You're safe. The hug, it makes you feel like grounded and you're safe. You're okay. It's okay to be here. I got you. I got you, babe. It's all right. Okay.
It's so wonderful. Such a great, such a great way, because it is. Treat yourself like you're your little baby. Treat yourself the way you would as your little baby.
Yeah.
Prioritize your comfort. Put yourself in a place of loving yourself.
Yeah.
And that reflection is then automatic. You automatically radiate that joy, that inner harmony, which is what you specialize really in, Anick, is helping others restore this inner harmonious space to express their true self. Would you share with us just a little taste of what it was like you're coming into the wholeness or the truth of yourself, and how that perhaps could have affected your relationships?
Oh, yeah, beautiful question. I love this question. Yeah, I guess it's unfortunately it's through a lot of trial and errors, a lot of searching, and a lot of sorrow in my heart. A lot of pain, emotional pain, and feeling completely like at the wrong place at the wrong time. To be honest.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of adversity and feeling like I didn't belong on this planet, really. First of all, I felt like I didn't belong to my family, my biological family. I didn't feel I belonged there. I didn't feel safe there. I didn't feel loved there. And so I went on a quest from Canada, Quebec, Montreal, where I'm from originally. You can probably get, the accent there. You're stuck with it for life. But my English is really good, don't worry. With an Australian twin. I decided to anyway move on the other side of the world, but like the reason for that is I had a strong call. The land was calling me, the Australian land was calling me, the climate was calling me, but my soul was calling me to come home within myself. But physically I did a jump of kangaroo and I went on the other side of the world to find myself, and through a lot of tears and a lot of courses and a lot of healing and a lot of reading books and a lot of life experiences, but so much richness in that, so much. A friend of mine said, one of my best friends in Canada, he said that, Anick, your life is not a book, is not an encyclopedia, is a series of encyclopedia. You know, it feel like I lived the life of like 25 women in one body because of the richness of experiences and adventures, you know. I went on so many adventures, so I have no regrets. But you know, I'm a people pleaser in recovery. I'm a perfectionist in recovery. And like, you know, these archetypes, these energies, they are in the collective, but they are in our brain. They are in our in our subconscious. And it's developing a relationship. I mean, the best relationship you can never really have is the relationship with yourself. That's the first relationship that you are here to master. You are here to master a self-caring, a self-loving, a self-respecting, a self-honoring relationship with yourself. And the hardest person that we, you know, the inner critic or the bitch inside of us, you know, the nasty person she also exists in all of us. And we're hard on ourselves. We're the first person that we go boom, 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 you know, not good enough, too much, blah, 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 you know. And so so I guess, yeah, my relationship with we're in relationship with everything, you know. We're in relationship with money, with nature, with we're in relationship with others. But if we can practice to go within and develop and cultivate a healthy, as harmonious as possible with self, that's the key to prosperity, to joy, to fulfillment. Really, that's the key. So, you know, I've written one of the story in a book where we're talking about that before the interview. Mary, you published these incredible books with beautiful light workers. It's just incredible work that you're offering. And I shared one of my story, a near-death experience I had 6 years ago in a book in 2020, called Visionary. And since my story's been published, my immediate family, my only sister, doesn't talk to me anymore because she's hurt. And I was very gentle, very soft in my share. And so, you know, having the courage to choose yourself first, because for me, it was so liberating. It was so liberating to express myself, to be seen in my vulnerability was so healing, transformational, liberating, empowering for me. I chose me. And by choosing me, I helped thousands of people. I inspired thousands of people. And these people, they're my people. They're my soul family. And the people who cannot accept my truth, they're not my people. And I don't want to be in relationship with people who can't see me and accept me for who I am, in my light, in my shadows, in all that I'm here to be. I hope.
That's so true. The most magnificent journey you'll ever partake in is the journey back home to self, and things and people and ideas will fall away. But the one thing to remember is the one relationship that you will constantly have with you through this entire lifetime is the one with yourself. Yeah. And if you can't get to a place where that becomes the most important relationship, because it truly decides all the relationships that surround you, the one that you have with self.
Yeah, that's right. It's a reflection. Yeah, how you treat yourself is how others going to treat you. It's really a reflection. It's an energy, yeah, because we're energy. That's what we are. We energy, full stop. We're energy. And so what we emanate out there with our little antenna, the signal we send out, and how we talk to ourselves. And oh, pardon me, something moved through. Um, yeah, that's what we're going to receive. Like what we give to ourselves, it's what we're going to receive from others, and vice versa.
That's a great way to wrap that up. It's so true. And I know that those of you that are listening, I know that we've heard these things our entire life.
Yeah.
And so that's where it kind of swings back to practice. Practice trying it. Practice choosing for you.
Yeah.
And yeah, things will shift a little bit outside of you. But if
Yeah.
you're ready to see things different in your life, there's only one thing you can do. And
Yeah.
that's be with yourself different. And the more that you be with yourself and the more that you love yourself and the more that you wake up and give yourself those beautiful hugs and you squeeze those little baby cheeks, and you promise to love yourself to the bitter end, the
Yeah.
more the people that surround you will do the same. And those that might fall away temporarily are learning something so powerful from you.
Yeah.
Like you said, thousands of people benefited from the story that you shared, and one did not.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it is. And so this is what we came here for, to shine. Not to shine as what our parents wanted us to shine as, or our sisters and our brothers, or a relationship perhaps that we thought was the one, but to shine for who we really are. And it
Yeah.
takes a lot of guts. And guess what comes behind all those guts? A shit ton of glory.
Yeah, I love your down to earthness for sure.
You know,
It's true. Past
Mhm.
lives, we might have been like, strangled or burned alive in past lives. And I mean, there is a lot of traumas in Shining. It is scary. Like, every time I show up, uh, I'm nervous and, it's a process every time, but it's certainly a journey. I've, as you were sharing my bio, I just want to add a little, another little, not little, a powerful tool is I've created modality voice tapping. That's been really, voice tapping is similar to EFT. If your listeners are listening to this, your audience, it's similar to tapping emotional freedom techniques, but with the component of the voice. And I received a download when I had the near-death experience to offer that voice tapping and to share that for myself to heal massive ancestral traumas. And it's been really, really powerful and healing in my own personal journey and with my clients, the people who are working with me. Like, I've seen incredible results. As doubling income, like meeting soulmates, like buying a dream house on the beach here in Australia, like things really powerfully shifted. So on an energy perspective, mindset and physically, emotionally and physically. So it's very powerful. So that's also been helping me. Yeah.
Well, that statement that we hear is that abundance is our birthright is not bullshit. It is the truth. But the birthright piece of it, that's the piece we need to get. The birthright piece is the piece that says, you got to be here. You got to be who you came here to be. And it does take a lot of courage. And there are a lot of tools and techniques. And I love your voice tapping technique. In fact, I used it for some of my authors in my publishing group, because putting out your story, just like doing a podcast and hitting the go button is a big deal. It takes a lot of courage because you don't know who's going to read it. And it's either going to move people towards you, or it's going to move people away from you. But like you said, Anick, it brings your tribe towards you. But peace is your birthright. When you come here and you be you, the abundance, the prosperity, the desires of the deepest place in your heart, they show up right in front of you. And that's a no shit. I live this. I had to be me. I have to stay aligned with me. I have to connect with me every day. I have to be committed to being me. I have to do the morning thing. My morning thing is hands on hearts. Show me the way today. What is mine to share? I'm asking my heart to show me the way and allow me to share what is mine to share.
Nice.
Five
And
seconds.
that's how do you receive your answers? I'm turning it around. I'm asking you questions.
I'll tell you how I receive my answers. I get really present every day. I've practiced being present. None of it is mine and all of it is mine. I get really present and I allow the invitations and the experiences to show up. And guess what I also do? The key is really, I seek value in everything I see. So everything that's showing up, there's a value for me in that. My heart is open. I open my heart first thing in the morning, and then I get really present. And so I pay attention. Who's inviting me to what? What words am I hearing? What just flashed across my screen? I pay attention.
Beautiful. I love that.
Because the present moment is where the reality lives. And then I take the next step from there. So the news flash, and perhaps this is a whole nother episode, is we create our own life. Yes, we have to bulldoze through all the bullshit that we came in with. That's why Anick's technique, unique Anick has her own technique.
You're a rapper. We can do a rap song with that.
That's what these glorious tools are for. And I'll tell you, everyone does it different. Everyone that has come into a place where they've come to their own courage and their own authenticity has a tool that they used. And it is useful. It may not be step by step useful, but bits and pieces of it are useful for us to keep opening to our wholeheartedness, our wholeness.
Yeah.
But I open my heart every day and then I get really present.
Nice.
And it's a practice. Did I come out of the womb this way? Of course not. Did it start when I was 38? Probably so. Have I been intuitive my whole life like most of us? Yes. Did they tell me when I was 5, 6, 7, or 8 to squash that shit, or they were going to put me in some kind of suit? Probably, right? We all went through this kind of cycle. Yours might have looked different, but it's kind of our cycle, right? We come in, we want to be who we are.
Yeah.
They tell us to get our head out of the clouds, right? They tell us who we're supposed to be. This is how you do it. Especially the women back in my early generation. This is how you climb the ladder. This is how you make the big bucks. This is how you step all the way into your masculine. This is how you do it, right? And then we spend, some of us, not all of us have gotten here yet, then we spend part of our lifetime trying to go through all that and uncover the truth of who we really are and what really feels delightful and what our heart truly desires.
Yeah.
And along the way, we meet people like such as Anick and I, and sometimes we get to stay together for a long time, and sometimes we don't, but we activate one another to something. We seek the value, we get the activation, and we take the next brilliant step forward to the life of our desire. And some people will go and cheer us on, and some people will strangle us and try to pull us back. And it's up to us, to you and to me, to say, I'm going to stay committed because I came here to be something. Abundance is this human experience is the birthright. And all the delicious things, the inner harmony, the true essence, the joy, the peace, the freedom, moves towards us with our commitment to remain or to continue to uncover who we really are, to shine our light. Wow, I didn't know all that was going to come out, but it did. Share with the audience one word that describes how it feels for you to lead in this golden age of love and truth and transparency.
Joy. Joy, 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 Patty, joy, joy. I'm not excluding all the other words, I'm not excluding, I think it's important to embrace the shadows, because not denying, but my initial, my mission is really restoring inner harmony and really embodying your joy, your most lucrative joy, your most aligned joy, like being on the most joyful path for you. And so if there's no joy, Sometimes, you know, I've got weeks when I really roll with it, and some other weeks, like Joy is sitting there on the corner. I'm like, oh, come in, come on, come back, Joy. This is who I truly am. But joy is my thing. You know, in my younger days, I was a party girl, and the party girl, she loves to have fun. But now it's not on a superficial way to escape and, you know, get wild. It's to really bring to the party my soul family, and really together dance and sing a song that is real, that is true to our own heart, and elevate the consciousness of this cray planet together.
I'll tell you, it's so beautiful. Thank you. There is nothing quite like being who you came here to be. And we just keep practicing. Just like you said, we don't ignore any part of it. We just
Training.
keep practicing and we move through, and here we are. Anick, what's the best way that our audience can connect with you? I'm going to put it in the show notes, but what's one way that it's really easy to get in touch with you in case that they want to work with you and connect with you and move through some of this voice tapping? Because, by the way, magnificent technique.
Thank you. I think we can talk for days. Mary and I, we can talk for days. So much content to share, and joy and wisdom and stories. Okay, well, you can connect with me. If you type Google my name, I come straight up. Anick Patry. There's the Anick Patry, ANICK-PATRY. Unique Anick. Linktree is probably the best. Linktree Anick Patry, because you've got all of the ways to either get a voice tapping session or soul business transmission, which is 90 minutes, super powerful. Get into my programs and all that. Your voice truly matters. Like, I've got exquisite programs. I've got a group coaching program that's coming up. Everyone voted for Play Powerfully and Prosper. So that's coming up. And so if you go to Linktree, book yourself a free chat with me. I'm still offering them for a few more months, then it'll change. So if you want to get a chat with me for free to see if there's a vibe, and I'm the right fit for you, the right fit for me to work together, please book yourself on Calendly. So yeah, look on Linktree, Google my name, you'll find me, and connect. I'd love to connect. I've got also an offering of a networking event happening after this recording of the podcast. That's called Voice, Elevate, and Connect. So if you want to come and network and meet some amazing light workers and soul-minded, people like yourself who are on a conscious path and who are here to change makers and heart-centered entrepreneurs and highly sensitive empath, come and join us. It's once a month. So it's all the information is there on Linktree. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your heart with us today, and your techniques and your journey, because that's what we came here to do, friends. We came here to be vulnerable and raw and real. And what comes with that most of the time is an intense and immense amount of joy, because we're understood. Oh, dear friends, audience, always thank you for listening. Until we get to meet in this beautiful collective energy, I say, keep shining your light, keep sharing your truth, and opening your heart to give and receive love. Bye for now, everyone. Thank you, Mary.